5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
This is About Space, America's return to space, with news and information on our U.S. space program.
From our About Space Today world headquarters on Florida's Space Coast, I'm John Gomez, and here are the stories you need to know about. Polaris Dawn is on its way to space, and Boeing Starliner finally comes home. This and more next, as America and the world is listening to About Space Today.
D&D Cruise and Tours is the official agent for About Space, and we invite you to come fly away to all-inclusive resort island destinations, or a cruise vacation from Port Canaveral, and even visit the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex, or just come and see the parks. Call for a discount cruise or an island getaway or the Florida beaches. Call today. The call is free, and so are our services. Call 877-747-8631. That's 877-747-8631. We are Florida's group travel specialists.
Welcome back. By the time you listen to my sultry voice on this podcast, the Polaris Dawn mission will have, hopefully, launched. It's currently scheduled for a 3:30 a.m. Eastern Time liftoff. This historic mission will take civilian astronauts to distances from the Earth not seen since the Apollo 17 missions in 1972. Billionaire philanthropist Jared Isaacman is footing the bill and will fly as Polaris Dawn's mission commander. After its first day in space and several Earth orbits, Dragon capsule will raise its apogee about 125 miles to an altitude of about 870 miles. Now, for comparison, the International Space Station is only about 262 miles from Earth at its absolute apogee, so Polaris Dawn is actually going to be much farther away than the space station. It'll fly through a portion of the radiation belts wrapped around our planet beyond its lower orbits. I believe you know these as the Van Allen radiation belts. Taking advantage of this course, the crew plans to complete a number of science experiments to study the deep space radiation environment. The most important part of the mission will come on day 3 with the first ever commercial spacewalk. 2 of the crew, Isaacman and Sarah Gillis, referred to during their spacewalks as EV1 and EV2, respectively, will take turns exiting Dragon entirely while utilizing a special handrail support structure connected to the hatch that SpaceX engineers have dubbed the Skywalker. The crew will also demonstrate SpaceX's Starlink satellite network to transmit a message back to Earth. After 6 days in space, the crew will return to Earth and splash down just off the coast of Florida. Good luck to the crew of Polaris Dawn and Godspeed.
Touchdown. Starliner is back on Earth.
There you have it. Boeing Starliner is back on Earth. Early Saturday morning, just after midnight Eastern Time, Starliner touched down safely in the New Mexico desert, sans astronauts, of course. Starliner is the first U.S.-made capsule to parachute to a landing on the ground rather than splash down in the ocean and land in the U.S. It's also the first space vehicle to launch with a crew but return to Earth without them, so there's that. So what's next for the beleaguered spacecraft? Well, that remains unknown. Boeing and NASA will pore over the data from this mission to ensure the next one, if there is a next Starliner mission, will go much smoother. Until then, we'll just have to wait and see. In the meantime, stay tuned to About Space Today News, and we'll keep you updated. Make sure you check out our Facebook page, aboutspace.today, for details on launches and landings. You can find us on your favorite podcast platform. Just don't forget to mash the like and subscribe button, especially on YouTube. Check out David Denault twice a week with Special Report, and Don Meyer every Friday with America in Space. Whether you're listening from the International Space Station or just on your phone here in the U.S., thanks for joining me. I'm John Gomez, and you just learned a little about space today.